You guys had Fall Out Boy. We got Fall Out Boy too. And they were weird. Man. They were so really out of the mind. Yeah, great. They're really great too. So half the script, we said, well, let's let people running in there so they can get together and race. So if you're going and you want, this is Juneau, Alaska, you should be people like you that want to run. You can make a little course, a certain time, and let's take it another step further. Teams. We had 24-hour fitness, Starbucks. So they all had, I think, like the Starbucks team that ran it all, their shirts, Team Mocha, whatever. And then we put together this a virtual kit. So it's like, if you really want to do it up, you can be in Des Moines. You guys find some friends, and we'll give you medals and finish lines and little wraps to put around your water, little arrows telling you where to go. You can make it totally legit. And a lot of the stuff, some of it is physical stuff we give you, and some of it you just print out on your own. We're trying to reduce the amount of paper that we actually send to people, let people print out whatever they want to. And then customize your own training gear. So we just put together a little palette of logos and crap, and you can print them out and you can iron them on your own t-shirts.
Is this a paid site?
No, it's all free. It's all free. And then the obligatory widgets, of course. You're allowed to talk about widgets. Everybody's got to have a widget. So we had a few charities. Pledging was a big component of the race. The Prefontaine lookalike contest, we had one at RGA. I lost miserably. Yeah, and a lot of these things are scrapable. I mean, you can take them and you can put them on your Facebook, you can put them on your webpage, whatever. And then finally, video kiosks. This was another idea we had. We wanted people to tell their story. Like, why are you running the race? Is there some special reason that you want to run? Is there a shout out you want to give? Is there a challenge, like a video challenge you want to give to someone? So we set up these kiosks, and they probably had them on race day at the event, or you were just either too tired, or who knows. And then the mobile van. They've got these vans that go around sort of telling the story of Nike Plus. We just said reskin it, send them out, and grab a lot of attention. And that's a human race. And it went really well. I think they got 750,000 people around the world, which is a lot, considering that they started working on this. We started working on this just in February or March. It wasn't even that long. So we threw all this together in about 6 or 7 months.
How did you guys choose the date?
They chose it. I don't know. I thought it was kind of a bad call because it's Labor Day weekend in the U.S. and then Europe is gone for the summer. They're all on vacation. But it worked out okay. That's my little spiel. You guys have questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Earlier you were talking about digital stuff and photoshopping something into a bus shelter and count as digital. But if you have a really big idea, and how can you possibly go into a first interview and try to explain all that when a CD is looking through your stuff?
Well, I think what you want, in some cases you have to Photoshop something into a bus shelter, but I want the bus shelter ad to make it look like it's fit for the bus shelter. I don't want the print ad that's the same print ad on a bus shelter.
So that's what you meant. But
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you have to Photoshop into a bus shelter because otherwise you'd be printing out these massive things.
So you're saying don't just snack print ads in random.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
The same ad that's in several different places doesn't make it an integrated campaign.
Gotcha.
But the bus shelter has something to do with being in a bus shelter.
I had a question too about when you went digital and all that. I know RGA's done this one, there's a lot of other agencies too, but conceptually, is it at a point now where you can go to most interactive agencies and not get pigeonholed in that area?
Not get pigeonholed as an interactive guy?
Yeah, I'm just curious, if you want to stay, you know what I mean, just kind of as I don't know what you'd say, just a creative,
Right.
general media event.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question because I think it depends on what kind of work they're doing. Because if RGA we're doing stuff that's not just like banner ads, so you'll have an opportunity to do more stuff and it's more conceptual. If the shop is doing stuff that is more conceptual, then you'll never get pigeonholed. And you'll have a book of creative great ideas that happen to come from the digital space. Also, if you've got great ideas that are just digital ideas, and they are really good, I think it translates back to the traditional world. You know, and Marie and I were talking earlier that you know, those jobs at the traditional shops just aren't out there like they were. Like I'd say more than half of them are gone. Not the agencies, although pretty soon I think a lot of them will be gone. But there just aren't that many jobs out there. So you know, going digital and going back to the traditional avenue, I think in about maybe as little as 2 years, traditional shops are going to be begging for people with digital experience. Right now, I don't think they quite get it yet. I think they're still kind of waking up to this whole interweb thing. So they're waiting to see if it catches on. You know? Yeah.
What is it like pitching an idea like this to a client? Because this is obviously a huge idea. So do you throw it all at them at once and they're like, okay, we like the teams, we like the coaching, we like the playlists, but we don't like the uniforms or the kiosks?
Do you want to see the deck? I'll show you exactly what the deck looks like. I'm not going to go through the deck, but it's
What's a deck?
a deck. A deck is something you'll become instantly
I'm so
familiar with.
curious as to whether or not I do want to see the deck.
I won't. I'm just going to blow through it. Don't worry. So
Account people love decks.
yeah, and you have to learn to love the deck. A deck it's a pitch deck.
Okay.
This is what we think. This is what we want to do for you. This is the final round. This was we went through like layer after layer after layer after layer, and then this was to the Nike Grand Hoorah, and it was a setup. Human race ready, set, run for humanity. What is it? How do we get 1 million runners? For a while they wanted 1 million runners, and then after a while they realized they weren't going to get that, so they told us to stop talking about that. So then we said, okay, here's a timeline. We're going to get the word out with a trailer. We're going to take over the homepage. On May 1st, we're going to launch the site. Here are the people who are going to come to your site. Here's the workflow or the site path and the different elements we're going to have. Here's how Just Do It. I don't know if you guys even noticed. I didn't really even notice, but they like relaunched Just Do It for the Olympics and then dovetailed that into human race. And then, you know, here's how we're going to lay out all the site. Here are some of the physical things we're going to do. Here's the charity component. Here's the huge music component. We have like, and then virtual, you know, so we were pretty buttoned up. A lot of stuff you saw, we did. And then, yeah, they do go through a process of, we like that, we don't like that, keep this, do that, and then it's all put together in like a scope of work document, and so we all know what we're doing.
So then I guess what I was curious about is it's not like you had 10 other backup decks just in case they didn't like this idea. This is it.
Yeah. I've been to a lot of agencies, I guess on the traditional equivalent, like we come up with a campaign idea that like, let's bring 12 ideas into the room. Crispin is big on that. They bring like 24 things in the room. They got people working around the clock. And they don't do like 24 campaigns of print ads. They do 24 campaigns with everything from print ads to TV to radio to matchbook covers to coasters to everything. I tend to think that you can't hold anyone's attention for 24 campaigns, much less it sort of devalues all of it. Maybe you could come in with more than one idea, maybe 3, but they gotta be 3 solid ones. This is a little different because we had already pitched them this sort of 10,000 mile idea, and they said, no, we want to do this global idea. And we're like, okay, well, here's your global idea.